Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Beagles Games Guitars. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a redemption solo playthrough of Uwe Rosenberg's Glass Road. Hello again everyone, welcome back, thanks for tuning back in. As I said, I'm going to do a solo playthrough of Glass Road. I've done a previous playthrough, but that was back when I was doing pretty bad at my camera recording skills. So I have a new overhead mount camera and a new microphone, so I was going to give this game a second chance. Let's see if I even get a better score than I did the last time. Just because it looked bad doesn't mean I played bad, and just because it looks good doesn't mean I'm going to play good. If I didn't mention it in the last game, you play solo a little differently than you do the 2, 3, and 4 player game, where you have all your cards available to you, much like the other player counts, and you only select so many cards depending on the certain round that you're on. So of course in round 1 you can only pick 3 cards, and once you pick those 3 cards, you'll shuffle them up, and then you'll draw the first one, and you'll do what it says. You only take one of those actions on there, and whenever you are down to 2 cards left that you have not seen, you get to flip them over and pick one of those and do both the actions on the card. So in round 4, you actually have 6 cards that you can pick from, but once you're down to the last 2, you only get to pick one of those but carry out both actions. The catch is, the cards that you picked for the first round or the round you're in cannot be used for the next round. They are set off to the side, so you can't do the same thing twice. So let's go ahead and I'll take you to the board and we'll get started with this round. So here is the board. Much better picture quality, right? And hopefully sound quality too. So I guess my goal here would be, I like this House of the Brotherhood, which will replace the Brotherhood of Masons, giving me 4 points, where I just straight up get 4 points, and 4 clay. So I need to get glass and wood. I have the wood, I don't have the glass. I need to move my sand, food, and charcoal up in order to do that. And let me pick through my cards. In round 1, I get 3 cards to choose from. So let me decide which cards I need here. Okay, so I chose the Slash and Burn Farmer, the Fish Farmer, and the Pond Builder. So you'll shuffle these pretty good. And for the first round, you're only going to draw the first one, because then you only have 2 cards left, and then you pick the other, one of the other 2, and do both of them. So I have the Slash and Burn Farmer. Let's slash and burn that one there. That'll give me, I'm choosing to do 2 food, and I'll choose it on the top glass wheel. So Slash and Burn Farmer is done. Now I get to choose. I already got my food, so I'm actually going to go with the Pond Builder. So the Pond Builder can give me one of these ponds. I'll build them right there. And then I can get sand or water per pond. So I'm actually going to get 3 sand per pond. So that was round 1. I like to kind of fan them out. Place them there. That'll show now round 1 is done. So in round 4 I can't pick from these cards, and now I get to choose from my other, what is it? I think there's 16 cards, because I have the promo that has the Harlequin card. I don't really use it that much. And I forgot I'm supposed to auto slide that up. So now I have the 2 glass that I need. I just need more wood. My 4 cards for round 2 is the Supplier, the Wood Cutter, the Charcoal Burner, and the Fuel Collector. We'll give those a good shuffle here. Showing y'all I'm shuffling. First card is the Wood Cutter. So I'll just take off a random piece of wood, and I get to choose 2 wood or 2 wood. So we'll do 2 wood. Next card is the Supplier. So I get to choose, in the solo game, you have to only pick 1 good. And I'm actually going to pick, I believe, the charcoal over here. So now I have 2 cards left, I get to pick. I wanted charcoal. I feel like I'm going to take this charcoal here. I don't know. Let's do this one, the Fuel Collector. Spin the water to get 1 charcoal per card in your hand. So I'm basically just getting 2 wood out of that. Would the other card have been more? No, I don't want to spin the wood. So now I'll take these cards back, fan out these 4. So now I am ready to build a building for my 3rd round. I was trying to go for the House of the Brotherhood, which will give me 4 clay. I have enough wood and I have the brick, so I'll be able to build 2 buildings hopefully this next round. I would get 1 point per charcoal on the wheel with the least charcoal, so I need to get at least 1 charcoal. But I need to build buildings this round. I have my 5 cards chosen: Fish Farmer, Pond Builder, Slash and Burn Farmer, Carpenter, and Cultivator. I'm kind of using the same cards over and over. So I have the Cultivator, which I wanted to use him to build the building. So I will build the House of the Brotherhood. So for 3 wood and 2 glass. That'll give me 4 clay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No wheels move. My next card is the Fish Farmer. Unfortunately, I have no charcoal to spend. So that was a burned turn. This is the Pond Builder. So I'm planning on building this floodgate right here. So I'd actually like to remove the trees as an anytime action. And now I get to place a pond out there. Last 2 cards. So it looks like I'm getting rid of some forests here. And I'd rather do this one. So get rid of a forest. And that would earn me 1 wood. And now I get to build a building. So out here, I said I wanted this coal facility. So 3 of those, 1 brick, 3 wood, would place him right here. So that was round 3. Now we're going to go into round 4, which will let me pick a whopping 6 cards this time. This is the big round. Let me decide. Sorry, this was from a previous game. I know y'all been sitting there probably eyeballing that. Now we have the warehouse and the clay depot that came out. 2 clay per empty space adjacent to this building. I need something that'll give me charcoal. Those don't work together though. Okay, I'm just gonna have to get charcoal the old-fashioned way. I need to get some water first though. Wood for charcoal definitely will work. I need to get more brick again, so I need to get definitely charcoal and definitely clay. And then, of course, wood to build. Chosen my 6 cards for round 4. The Builder, the Supplier, Water Carrier, Clay Worker, Feudal Lord, and the Charcoal Burner. So I'm trying to get charcoal so I can get more brick, and clay so I can get more brick. And I have the wood. I'm trying to build this floodgate here, place it there, and then on the next turn I can use the Pond Builder to build the last adjacent or contiguous. Okay, so this one will count too. Not adjacent, contiguous. So we are starting with a burned turn, a way to go. All right, a food for 2 water. Damn, if those cards would have came out in a different turn order. And I'll choose the wood. Man, that sucks. In this instance, I'm gonna choose the clay. A food to build a building. Let's just get some points out there. 2 clay for this swamp hut. The swamp hut. So I could turn any pond into 2 charcoal. Now I have 2 cards left. At this point, let's do the Feudal Lord. So I add 1 building from each stack to your private offer. Let's just put those out here as a private offer. And now I would actually get a clay and a wood. So that sucks. I had a burn turn twice. This game's not going to turn out so well. So Now I have 6 cards. Round 5, I only get to pick 3 cards. So this is where things get a little tight. I really need to get my clay and my brick up. So that one could do it. It would be a really good one to get some clay up. Honestly, that's the only one. Pit worker. So that's an anytime action, huh? So I could return that pond for 2 charcoal like that. So I need food. So I could spend 1 for the food. And then worst comes to worst, I'll do the slash and burn farmer. Okay, so I've chosen the slash and burn farmer, the fish farmer, and the pit worker. So far I only got 5 points or so. All right, the fish farmer. So I'll spend that 1 charcoal to get 2 food. And now, do I want to get more charcoal or do I want to get, I kind of want to get a pit. I can put the pit down here and that'll give me that, and then I can get sand or clay. So 1, 2, 3. Like I'm spending so much time trying to gather this, so now I still don't have what I need. I need to get more charcoal. Charcoal is guaranteed if I spend a water. I can pick 4 cards this time. You know, instead of the fuel collector, I'll do the charcoal burner. I'm hoping I get that last. We can do the water for him. Building the building, and then supplier as well. Supplier, cultivator, fuel collector, and charcoal burner. This is round, I believe, 6. So we're starting off with the fuel collector, spending a water. 1 charcoal per card in your hand. So I have 3. So 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'd rather spend it here. So now I have the brick, the wood, and the clay. So I know I have a build ability in here. So I'll actually take the pond. And it's contiguous. So I'm going to do that. And now I will do the supplier, which will let me get a supply. Let's do a charcoal right there. So now, building a building, I spend 1 wood, 3 clay, 2 brick. Now I have the floodgate. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 points, 8 points. So now I'm at 9 points at least. And if I am correct, this is the last round here. I don't know if I could get the forester's office. Don't have supplies to build anything. What do I have in my hand? So he would give me 1 point for building the contiguous pond. And then if I got enough wood, it's gonna be tough to get that going there, the glass. But if I got a clay somehow, this is 2 cards. Now I need to be able to build a building. Don't want to use that one because that'll burn me. This will be close, very close. I guess worst comes to worst, I need to get some charcoal and maybe not spin the charcoal. Maybe get some wood that way as well. So final round here. Usually the worst thing happens where your building card comes out first. Let's just make sure I shuffle good. So I would get clay per pit, which I will take 3 clay. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, it's that one. So I think I only got 1 building. Is there a glass and a clay one? There is. So I will cut that wood, to build a building, which for 1 glass and 2 clay, I could get the sculpture workshop. 1 food per wood on 1 production wheel. So I get 1 food, which will actually increase my, no, I don't want to decrease my charcoal. So I'll move that food up right there. Next one, definitely want to burn for 2 charcoal, so I'm at least getting 2 points here. And then definitely going to do the pond builder to get another pond for contiguous points. And I could get sand or water, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5. Increase the sand for points. So now glass, I have 0. Don't have that to score. Half point per sand. So 1, 2. So 1, 2.5 points. 6.5, 7.5, 8.5, 9.5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.5 points. So that's all I scored in today's game of Glass Road, 14.5 points. So that was how you play Glass Road solo. So my final thoughts, would I recommend it for a solo game? Yes, I would. I definitely recommend it for a solo game because you have different buildings that come out every time, and there's different pathways with your cards, and whenever you shuffle them, you get a different card draw every time. So it's not static. There's always a different way to play, and you kind of have to react to the cards that you are drawn. Literally playing your cards right, in a way. I have only played this game at solo and 2-player. I like how the 2-player card system works, where you basically pick 5 cards and you don't put one down in front of you. You will play it immediately, and if the other player has it, they have to play it, and then you both get to only do one of the actions on the card. And if you have both your slots locked, then you don't have to play the card if the other person plays it. So it's a nice like prediction game where you're trying to play how the other player isn't gonna play, and you're trying not to lose extra turns. But you both eventually need the same thing, so there's going to be points in time where you're doing the same card and you'll get burned. I just played a game yesterday with my wife and I got burned because we pretty much did the exact same cards. We probably weren't playing right. It's been a while since I've played, but she beat me just like always. 14.5 points. I don't know if that's a good score because the solo or the instructions say 30 is an exceptional score. But whenever they say exceptional in these games, that means you have to try pretty damn hard to get that score. So yes, I would recommend this solo. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time.